Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Doss here. I'm terribly sorry for such a late video. It's been an interesting day. Hopefully when content like this goes up, I can make something on time. In not in my defense, I knew the Grimoire voting was going to be out today, but there's stuff behind the scenes that I'm a little frustrated with, but regardless, we're going to get into this. But before we get into voting for the Grimoire and looking at the new stuff, we do have a new monthly roadmap for Dead by Daylight. Very glad about that because monthly roadmaps are great. They are super useful and they don't really do it every time. So here is the monthly roadmap for February 2026. This could be subject to change depending on what happens, but obviously, for this week, we already know we have the Rift for Stranger Things, the Flashback Rift. We're currently in a free weekend, so if you have any friends who want to check out Dead by Daylight and haven't, you can go ahead and have them join either on PS5 or on PS4 or Steam, Xbox One, whatever. Go ahead and join. I think the only platform that doesn't have a free weekend currently is Nintendo Switch. Then on February 3rd through the 17th, so next week, we're getting Fog Carnival Quest. So I believe this is for the Carnival in general, which is a thing in Rio and a few other places. Let me just double check for that. But we are going to be getting some new quests coming out next week. We'll probably be getting some rewards for it. Yes. So it seems right here the Brazilian Carnival is actually happening through February 13th through February 18th. So my assumption is this is for it, is leading up to it, but just because they have something else coming in week 2, they don't want to conflict. So I can expect that we'd get some kind of rewards for the quest, maybe like a badge and banner, maybe even a charm. We'll have to wait and see. And on February 3rd, we're getting the Modern Tales collection, getting some new additions. We're getting that really nice Plague skin, which I'll show on your screen here. We are getting the Kate Denson Snow White skin, which will also be on your screen. And then we're getting a new Jonah skin as well. Honestly, pretty nice skins. I've seen some people complain about the Kate skin, saying that's very muted. It's not bright like Snow White would be, and this is kind of like the best character to have something more bright and colorful for. I don't know. I'm not someone who designs the skins, but we'll have to wait and see. But what I'm most excited about is February 10th to the 24th, we are getting the next 2v8. Now, I had done this 2v8 on the PTB of Poly. I did a stream for it. It was kind of rough, but if you want to watch my VOD, it is on Twitch and on YouTube. But I really, really enjoyed this PTB for the 2v8. This iteration was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed having an extra zombie nemesis. And unless things change, I do plan on doing a stream with Polly on the 10th, where we're going to be doing our typical Boys in Blue Wesker nemesis. I'm really looking forward to it. I always love 2v8. It's going to be fun. And we're going to be getting quests with it to get some Eldritch charms, badges, and banners. I already saw them on the PTB, but it's going to be fun. On February 10th as well, we're going to be getting the Eldritch Nightmare Collection coming with these two skins. We're going to be getting a Tori Kane skin and a Nurse skin, which are going to be on your screen right here. They look pretty sick. I actually really like them, but they might not be to your best interest and taste, but regardless, they look pretty cool. And then February 12th to 24th, we're getting the Year of the Horse quest. So this is for the Lunar New Year. I don't think we're going to be getting Lunar New Year generators and stuff like that, which is a bit of a shame. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to use our offerings, because I don't know if you have been around for a year or so if you're watching this, but we typically get these red envelope offerings that give us some more blood points and stuff like that. But they're just stuck in a lot of my characters' inventories, not being able to be used or grayed out. So we'll have to wait and see if we can use those then. And obviously today we've got Grimoire voting, which we'll get into right after this. But on February 19th for week 3, we have another Grimoire vote. Probably going to be one of the last ones, or leading up to the last chunk of Grimoire voting we're going to have. Then we're going to have a community live stream on February 19th, which is interesting. I'm very curious of what that's going to be for. And then February 20th, that's where we're going to be getting the free headpiece for the unknown from Balatro. Very creepy headpiece, very cool. I'll have a blown up picture of that right here for you guys to see. And then another thing I'm excited for is the final week of February, February 24th, we are having a PTB. I'm personally excited about this because this is going to mean that I'll finally have my Twitch cosmetics for this PTB. But for anyone that's curious, this is the next chapter. This is an original chapter. We don't really know that much about it. But what is good to know that this isn't delayed. So we should be back on track for the release schedule that we had announced at the anniversary stream last year. And then the same day on the live game, we're getting additions to the Iron Maiden collection with Orella and with V, because they came out after the Iron Maiden collab. So it seems that unless they lose the license for it, Dead by Daylight are going to be adding on to the Iron Maiden set with every original character that comes out. My hope as well is that also means we'll be getting FNAF shirts being added on to the characters in the future, as well as now the Hellfire Club shirts. That's going to have to be something we wait and see, but that is our roadmap for February 2026. It seems to be a pretty jam-packed month. I'm pretty excited. I'm looking forward to it. But the bro meat and potatoes of this video is going to be the Grimoire vote. Now, I have no idea what's in here. I did not watch the stream on the Discord. I was dead asleep. So let's get into it. So we have the revote. Change your fate. You are a spiritual scientist, divine investigator from a collapsed world. Now it is time to come face to face with who you really are. Tell me who you see staring back at you. Now, as those of you who watched my last Grimoire voting video, I voted for the old woman. And it was a hard choice because I do like my pretty women. But for me personally, I do think we need more older survivors in general. And we don't have an older woman survivor. We have Bill, who's like the oldest old man survivor we have, but we don't have a woman for it. And as much as I think that this survivor on the left is super pretty, super cute, I do want to see this survivor. I love like I'm assuming this is a blind eye. I like the scratch cut, whatever it is, and I do like the hairstyle quite a lot. So regardless, I'm not changing my vote. I'm still going to be going with the older woman. Then next up, we have Survivor Phase 2, Verse 3. Okay, you see your reflection laid bare before you. You turn around, taking in your surroundings, where once your refuge from the collapse. Tell me, where did you work, and what kind of work did you do? Okay, choose one of the four. Let's take a look at these. So, from your makeshift compound, you improved upon what remained of humanity. This looks interesting. So this is like you making synthetic parts or even androids. I kind of like this. Oh, and you've got like a statue of like one of the other deity silhouettes here. That's really interesting. That's kind of cool. So kind of like a lab type of thing. All right. And with this one, we have more of a sorcery, arcane, like our like arcany type of thing, like more magic. I kind of like that. Stained glass, candles, books, tomes, stuff like that. Another statue for one of the silhouettes. Okay, okay. From your crumbling cloister, you found order in the stars. Then the third option here. From your crashed vessel, you salvage technology to study the collapse. So this is more like a space type of thing, like post-apocalyptic space thing. I'm gonna be honest, this is probably gonna be the least interested one I'm in. This isn't really doing it for me. And the final one here. From your tent, you studied ancient wonders discovered in the wasteland. Okay, so kind of like a very, very post-apocalyptic, very much like grungy, getting whatever your hands can get. Personally, I think for me, it's one of the first two. It's either this one or this one. I mean, for almost all of these, we have a survivor that kind of fits the bill already. For this space one, we have Gabriel. For this one, we kind of have Michaela with the tomes and stuff like that. We don't necessarily have one for an android maker, and we don't necessarily have one for like a Mad Max era. I think for me personally, I'm gonna vote for for the top left one. I do like the idea that they are very scientific and deal with a lot of mechanical stuff. I think that could be a good like foil to the killer, because the killer is supposed to be very angelic, very like kind of biblical in a sense. So it'd be interesting to have the survivor counter that theme with more scientific, more like testing type of thing, more mechanical instead of like organic, like biblical, magical type of thing. So I'm gonna vote for that. I think that's pretty cool. Now, Killer, Phase 2, Verse 3. Your silhouette has been chosen, your divine form continues to manifest, and your physical being gains clarity. Tell me, what materials are you made out of? Ooh, choose one of 4. Okay, let's see what materials. These are really creepy artworks as well. Your flesh is red with black and white metal adornments. Okay, okay. The next one is your flesh is blue with gold and white stone adornments. Okay. Then your flesh is red with bone-like armor adornments. And then the final one, your flesh is purple with black and gold metal adornments. Ooh, I'm kind of leaning towards this. I do think with it being a more biblical type of killer, it should have golden metal, not like bone. I think it should be like more of that like classy look. And black and gold does look good together. Having purple flesh, though, is super creepy and super different. I kind of like that quite a lot. What was this first option again? Red flesh with black and white metal adornments. I think personally, I'm going to go with this one. I think I'm going to go with the purple flesh with black and gold metal. I think that is really cool, really unique. We don't really have a killer that has purple skin. That'd be super, super interesting, super cool. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that for my killer choice. And that's it. That's it for the Grimoire. Once again, for anyone watching this, I will remind everybody for the other phases besides choosing the survivor, there are 4 choices. Okay, so there's 4 for what the killer is going to be made out of. There is 2 for this. Now, the reason why there's only 2, and you might be wondering, like, well, where's the 2 guys? These were obviously the 2 most voted survivors for the last Grimoire. It was the 2 women. The 2 men most likely did not get anywhere close to the same amount of votes. These are the only 2 options. But that's going to be it for me today. Once again, as a reminder, we've got a very, very packed month ahead of us. I will definitely be streaming the 2v8 when it comes out in, 2 weeks? So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I will be streaming me voting for the next Grimoire. We'll see if I do the community. Oh, the community stream's probably for the Grimoire. I'm so stupid. Yeah, and then obviously I'll be streaming the PTB. Very, very much looking forward to it. But that's going to be it. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you're on here, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know who you voted for. I'll be very interested. And tell me your reasons why. The Grimoire's our chapter, and I'm very curious as to what everyone's voting for. Genuinely. So please, please let me know down in the comments. And as always, I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. Goodbye.